Hey guys, welcome to another theory video. As you guys know, we'll be talking about some of the stuff that I have been researching in relation to Fortnite. And obviously, we have an interesting situation right now. We have the Eye and Polar Peak, and I had a few questions about it. Like, what is it, for instance? Yeah, people are saying it could be a dragon, it could be a kraken. I mean, I don't know about that. Maybe. But, for one, Caddis? Why Caddis? Why did they name the files Caddis? I wanted to learn more about cats and mythology and other creatures we may be dealing with. So here we are in the second chapter of this theory video, I suppose, with a little more information than last time. I began looking up mythologies, but I also wanted to know what other one-eyed creatures were out there in history and mythology, and maybe it could help us explain why we may only see one eye. So today we're going to talk about a few of the creatures I discovered and why they're the most relevant to this eye in Fortnite. Right off the bat, I came across this creature called the Beholder. A popular series you may be a little familiar with is called Dungeons & Dragons, and it's one of the classics that many like to write their fiction off of. A lot of people gain inspiration from a lot of the characters. For instance, Stranger Things, which took the Gorgon, things like that. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, and we're gonna look into this Beholder from Dungeons & Dragons. Just hear me out. This one is actually really interesting. The Beholder is a fictional monster. Its appearance is that of a floating orb of flesh with a large mouth and obviously that one main facial eye. It has many tentacle-like limbs coming from the top of its head with eyeballs on each end. These eyes have powerful magical abilities. The Beholder is an observer, a spy. He gains knowledge through his senses, but obviously mostly his sight due to, all the eyeballs. They say if beauty is in the eye of the Beholder, then the person who is observing gets to decide what is beautiful. If this is our monster, it would explain why they are so bold as to make the eye enormous, as the majority of the creature would be contained inside of the ice. If this is our monster, then we may even see some of these eyeballs and eye stalks slowly begin to appear out of the ice as it melts. Remember how that Evil Eye axe said, always watching, it had a big eyeball on it? Well, there's something to that. I would assume this monster would be absolutely great at that, considering it has like a bajillion eyeballs. Seeing things is basically their magical power. Not to mention, they are said to carve out a domain within or under a major city, or perhaps a major castle. They also command networks of agents to operate on their master's behalf. Wait a minute. Agents? We have lots of those. Working on their master's behalf? Could it be? Could it be that Fortnite doesn't even have a government, and that everybody who has been spying on us and going to all of the event locations are actually these commanding networks of agents that are operating on their master's behalf? Or should I say, the Beholder's behalf? I'm not sure who we really thought all of these people were who were investigating these events. We just knew that they popped up, they had all of these different little sheds and different buildings that they worked in and researched in, but we didn't really know who they were. Maybe this is their true identity. What if all of our rogue skins are actually fighting against this coalition of people, of agents that have no control over what they're doing because they're under the spell of the Beholder? It could be that all of these cube monsters we've ever seen could be controlled and working for this Beholder. The Beholder has lots of powers. They consist of multiple rays: charm, paralyzation, fear, speed, telekinesis, sleep, petrification, disintegration, and, death. Truly, if this is our monster, we should be very, very afraid. Ah, yes, but this is only the first creature I found. We have a few more to go through before we actually start seeing a little bit more of a picture, and there's actually another contender later on in this video that I think may even be another strong possibility. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that, and if you're liking this video already, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I put a lot of work and a lot of effort into researching for these videos. Next up, we have Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. No, seriously. Dragons are a popular topic in Fortnite, and we've also been getting teased a lot with these tiger-printed item wraps, and also the Master Key Tiger skin, which is a tiger. You may have seen a yin-yang before. This represents tiger and dragon energies in Chinese culture. The Tao embodies the duality of the universe, and the enlivening qi at work to balance opposing forces, often represented by the tiger and the dragon. Chinese mythology expresses these two forces, the yin and yang, or the tiger and dragon, as perfect complements. In Feng Shui, the dragon and tiger are important both inside and outside the house. The tiger is a metaphor for the yin, or female qi, in the direction west, the color white, and the element metal, and also the right side. The dragon energy is male, bold, extroverted, and sky-centered. The green dragon's direction is east, and its element is wood. Could it be one of these creatures of good fortune? I wondered what represented other elements, and I found out they also had creatures that filled in the rest of the elements that were missing. The four divine beasts. These are also known as the four symbols. They hold great significance in Chinese cosmology, and with each beast representing a cardinal direction, season, and element. The black tortoise represents the north, winter, and the water element. It's also known as the turtle snake, and it looks like a tortoise entwined with a snake. It is interesting to me, as the eye is located in the winter area and is surrounded by frozen water, but I don't see a lot of other resemblances. The fourth is the vermilion bird, or the Chinese phoenix, which represents south, summer, and fire, but I don't think that's what we are looking for. However, I do find it really interesting that Sunbird's new spray has the phoenix behind her and Lux has the dragon, so there could be a chance that we could be seeing not only a tortoise snake related skin with a matching spray to go with that set, but also a tiger based skin. Unless of course they end up coming up with a spray for Master Key, then I would just assume he would represent the tiger. For a good minute, I really thought that there could be the possibility of it being a chimera just because of the loot goat spray. I know it's greatest of all time, but still, it's a goat. And then with the snake references and the acknowledgement of hybrids, you know, but I don't really see a lot of evidence for that, so I kind of just glossed over it. A lot of people think that it could be a kraken, which I can see that, you know, with the pirates and the octopus banners everywhere, but also that's an octopus, and the kraken, I believe, is supposed to be a squid, right? So I'm a little confused by that. However, I have found a possible other candidate, and this is the one that I was telling you earlier in the video might be another very strong contender. It is probably between this creature and the beholder from earlier. This is actually a creature that I have theorized back in January to be the original creature trapped underneath of the castle. Nobody listened to me then. It's fine. You know, nobody else paid attention either. It's not a big deal. I'm not bitter about it. I'm not sad or anything. But anyway, moving on. The Jormungandr is this creature. It is basically, essentially, a sea serpent. And I think that this creature is super cool, and we're gonna get into some of the information that I researched on that right now. Jormungandr is a Norse monster. It means huge monster and is also known as the Midgard Norse serpent. This sea serpent, the middle child of Loki, was known for its large size, and it was said that he could wrap his body around the entire earth and touch his tail. This, of course, would explain why he has such a large eye. He was called the World Serpent because of his great size and the fact that he could grasp his own tail after wrapping it around the world. When this creature lets go, it is said that Ragnarok will begin. Ragnarok is a series of events which would cause the following to occur. A great battle would take place. It is said that many would die, including the gods Odin, Thor, Loki, and more. This was to cause a slew of natural disasters to occur, resulting in the submersion of the world in water. Water! Yeah, that's right, people. If this is our monster, if this is the monster that we are dealing with, we could be looking forward to an underwater area, possibly even like a world flood or something ridiculously crazy like that, because it literally says submerge the world in water. We have a Norse set. We also have a Ragnarok skin. I'm just putting two and two together. We also have a complete Norse village on top of a mountain. And there's a boat just ready to go. We've got another skin named Ark, implying that we're going to need an Ark at some point. So, yeah, I'm really heavily into this theory. I am pretty convinced here, and this is not even all of the information. I still have more to tell you that relates to this creature, and I think it's really gonna blow your mind. So, let's get into that. So something that's really interesting is that the Ouroboros has come back in the shop, and they usually do this kind of thing to let you guys know that there is something related to that item about to happen or possibly coming to the store soon. And I just so happen to find that the Jormungandr is actually considered an Ouroboros because it could reach its tail from the other side of the earth, which I thought was super interesting and extremely relevant. And if you thought that was all, just hold on, it's not over yet. I still have more. So here's the thing. I think that you guys could probably agree that we're seeing some very big resemblances in the storyline and this creature's story and mythology. It's a little bit crazy. Do you remember how the files for the monster were called caddis? And everybody was really confused by that, especially considering most people thought it was a dragon or a dinosaur. But, believe it or not, I can actually relate this Jormungandr to cats, because the Jormungandr could actually magically disguise itself as a cat. How do we know this? Well, actually, do you remember how I said he was Loki's son? Loki was trying to test Thor's courage and strength and asked him to pick up this cat. However, he didn't know that Loki had made sure that the serpent was disguised as a cat so that he could trick Thor and make him think that the challenge was going to be easy. But considering that Jormungandr is the largest serpent in the world and could actually wrap itself around the world, he was actually a very massive creature. So when Thor went to lift up the cat from its belly, he could only lift it up to about the ceiling, and after that he pretty much gave up. The heavy weight of this snake was actually even too much for Thor himself. This really was no doubt an enormous creature. So the idea that Caddis could be just Fortnite trolling us by making us lift up Jormungandr-sized theories about irrelevant creatures is not very far-fetched. I also had a theory that maybe the creature could be friendly. For all we know, this beast could be entirely a new animal made up by Epic, and it could end up being, I don't know, Catfulu or a catfish for all we know, but at least this gives us a few things to theorize about and debate over for the next few days or weeks. I also can't help but notice that the new Stormflip item says Unleash the Storm or Tame It. The choice is yours. Could the new voting system they have been testing out really be for an event where we choose what to do with the creature? Maybe I'm getting a bit carried away here, but I just have so many questions and ideas now. What do you guys think is inside of the iceberg? Let me know in the comments below, and let's talk about theories. Don't forget to check out the new public Discord channel linked below. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video or stream that I post or start. Also, if you guys would like to consider being a member, all you gotta do is click that join button down below. I have a full membership video on my page, and that's about it, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye!